Kia ora tamariki, welcome back to Hanging Out with Mrs. T. Today we are going to look at limericks. Before we get started, our purpose for our writing is to express our thoughts, feelings, ideas, or a story in a structured form. As mentioned in my previous video about personification poems, we are going to be looking at a whole bunch of different poetry over the next couple of weeks, and these include haikus, quatrains, limericks, ballads, acrostic, free verse, and rap. And if you take the time, you can pause the video here and have a look at our waltz. Now, poetry, all different types of poems have different rules. Now, the rules for a limerick is that it's a silly poem with 5 lines and is often funny or is just like a nonsense poem. So the rules for a limerick is lines 1, 2, and 5. They rhyme with each other and they have the same amount of syllables. And lines 3 and 4 rhyme with each other, also with the same amount of syllables. And very often they start with there once was a or there was a. And I have some examples for you. So these were written by myself a couple of years ago. Purple. There once was a teacher with purple hair. Unusually, people would stop and stare. She loves Milo. It makes her glow. She was 33 and learned not to care. So you can see here that I followed the rules of it was a bit of a silly poem, and my rules were that lines 1, 2, and 5 had to rhyme. So there you can see hair, stare, and care, they rhyme. And lines 3 and 4 rhymed as well, Milo and glow. Now, when it comes to syllables, syllables are how we break words up. So, looking at this first poem, there once was a teacher with purple hair. So, that's 10 syllables for my first line. Let's see if the next line also has 10 syllables. Unusually, people would stop and stare. Oh, yes, it does have 10 syllables as well. Now I'm going to check line 5 because that also needs 10 syllables just as lines 1 and 2. She was 33 and learned not to care. Yep, 10 syllables. Lines 3 and 4 also need the same amount of syllables, so let's check those. She loves Milo. That's 4 syllables. It makes her glow. Also 4 syllables. So this poem is a limerick because I have followed the rules. The next poem I have for you is a poem about room 20. Room 20. There had been a room 20 group who liked to be silly and dupe. They liked being noisy. They drove their teacher crazy, made her jump through the hoop. Now you can pause the video here and check if I have met my rules by making sure that the amount of syllables is correct. For this poem that you're going to write today, I've put out this practice page. So at the top here, I've got there once was, and then you can fill that part out. So you need to pick a topic, which you can fill in right over here. And write down some rhyming words. So for example, if your topic was hoops, you could think of all different words that rhymed with hoops, like loops and dupes and scoops. And you can record them all here because you're going to come back to this and it's going to help you with your poem. So pick a topic, record rhyming words, write your poem, which will be on the next slide, and then check your syllables. Okay, remember that's how we break our words up. On the next page, I've put out this table, and this will help you, remind you which lines need to rhyme and that they have to have the same amount of syllables. Okay, and then I've included a second page in case you wanted to do 2 limericks. If you have any questions, feel free to message your teacher or just message me and we'll see what we can do. Good luck with your poems, and I look forward to seeing some really funny and nonsensical limericks. Ka kite anō!